Hi, this is Kathy's Corners, Seed in the Sand, and this is my boyfriend Phil.
Hi.
And Daisy is being naughty as usual over there, so you might hear her soon. But I wanted to kind of end this chapter. This is chapter 10 of Resurrection of a Reputation, Karmic Justice. And I just did a video, I just posted a video about a court case in Michigan that I'm trying to stay detached from, but it does send a lot of triggers my way. But I want to focus on my resurrection of the reputation. I want to focus on the healing in this situation, not the prosecution and the no excuse for what she did. No, I'm serious. That's how they treat you. That's how I'm treated. And so I wanted to kind of bring Phil in, and because we were supposed to do ours together about a reputation that gets like slashed. I mean, absolutely smashed, and there is no rising above. There is no resurrection. They won't let you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I understand. Okay, sweetie. But
there's no need to let myself get ill over this and focus on it and ruminate over it. But the way that they talk about her and treat her is how they treated me. In my case, like a murderer. And in my case, I did not complete the act, but it was very close. And there's just, in my case, they say there's no excuse. No excuse for what you've done. And what's your take on this?
well, I was following it a little bit, and I agree with you. It's not being handled the way it should be handled.
Well, no, you can't say that because
they're just she. I don't know. From what I saw, it was kind of. It is an illness. You can tell that she's ill, very ill. She's very, very ill. But
what do you? How do you? This is.
It's a hard thing to decide on what you think of it. Okay, because of what she did. Okay, but is she? I don't think that she's.
Well, let's not focus on her. Let's focus on me. Okay. Now, the fact is, I was very ill, just like she was very ill. I did something very drastic, just like she did. Hers was long term. Her illness is obviously much more long term than mine was. Mine was more acute. Let's focus on me, not on her. Okay, because I don't want to give her any credit, and I sure as hell don't want to associate myself with her.
Right.
I don't even know her name. But I look at her face and I say, that's a sick woman right there. And I've heard that she's the most hated woman in America. You know, she's the most hated, most evil woman in America. They said that about me. That was me. It's almost like I'm sitting on that court case when, in fact, there was so much more involved than people knew.
Well, your case is. Her case is more minute, more complex. Okay, with yours, you're getting through yours. Okay, I'm very proud of you for handling yourself the way you handle yourself. Okay, even with this. Okay, you're handling yourself very well. It's upsetting you, but you're handling it very well. Okay, and that's a good thing. okay? Because that's your training inside you.
Well, that's the work that
your
I've done.
counseling and your work
I've
and
worked
all
my-
that is all coming through, and it's helping you. This is helping you get through this, okay?
Right. I've worked my butt off for the last 15
Absolutely.
years. And I worked my ass off for 25 years before, before that,
Right.
saying, I won't accept this behavior from you people.
Right.
You won't be able to push me around. You can't do this to me.
Right.
And it got me to the point of breaking, falling, crashing, burning, and resurrecting.
Right.
And I got up and I put my head up high and I said, you know what? This is not me. That was not me that day.
No.
And now I am who I am, fighting my ass off against everybody in society that does public record searches, or if I ask a question about NGI, or if I do anything where it's like, oh, well, she might, what if, all the what ifs, and it's exhausting.
It is. But I'm telling you, you're handling it. You're handling it. You're smiling. You're crying. You're upset. You're emotional. Okay, but you're not letting your emotions take over what's happened. Okay, right. You're breaking yourself away from your emotions and going back to your training and going back to your counseling and the people that have taught you how to handle things like this. Okay, yeah. And that's good. And I'm very proud of you for doing that. For you are a rock. Okay, be the rock for these people. Yeah. Be their rock.
How can I be a rock for somebody else when I don't know their story?
And don't worry about their story. Just be the rock. Be the person you are, and that you're who you want to be. Okay. Yeah. Your training has brought you through this. Okay. Like I said, your counseling has brought you through all this. Okay. Now it's your turn to turn that around and give it to somebody else. Yeah. Okay. You give it to somebody else, and maybe this lady, she's very sick. Okay. Obviously. Okay. And I just don't understand why people have to do that.
Well, we're not going to talk about that. That's not our case. This is our case. This is our case.
Right, but you're the one that's the rock here.
And what I have done is I have gone to the groups. I have led the groups. I have followed through with counseling. I have stayed rigid with my medications. I have accepted the fact that people will never let me off the hook. I have fought back my whole life. I've been a fighter. And now it's time to stop fighting and saying every case is different. Every case is different. So why should I have to fight for the rest of my life simply because cases like this continually happen, or shootings continually happen, or what if she might continually happens. I gotta fight my ass off, and I'll do it. And that's why I started this channel. I'm fighting my butt off, and it ain't just a pill that I take, I'll tell you that. And I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna rise up, and my resurrection of the reputation is gonna happen.
There you go. And
despite these people that treat
you this way
and talk about people like me this way. Yep. So I wanted to do 2 chapters today. I did one before and I was really upset. I wanted to kind of do this final chapter saying I have somebody with me that supports me and loves me, and I can say anything to him and he says anything to me, and we are in this together. And we don't have to be treated this way, and you don't have to look at me like you look at her, because I'm not her.
Right.
All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good day. I love you, baby.
I love you.
And this is the end of that chapter, so I'm starting a new one called The Birth of the Voice.
Do you want to do your cards?
Yeah, why don't you do the cards? The bottom is Chariot.
Yep, the bottom card is a Chariot. It says an input, achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, public retribution.
Wait, public recognition.
Recognition. Sorry.
I'm like,
I can't read
recognition.
either, I guess.
All right, here, we'll do it. So we'll just pick up.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait. Okay, that's a good one. All right.
The Ten of Fire.
The end of the chapter.
The end of the chapter. Too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns.
Yeah, we're not ending on that.
No, we're not. That's not a good card.
It is a good card because it's the end of a chapter. It
Right.
says you've been through a lot. Same card. You get the Ten of Fire again. It is the end. I am saying that this is the end for me. This is the end of my chapter. This is the Ten of Fire, which means that is closing that shit down. We're done. We're not doing it anymore. And the last one is
Renewal. Archangel Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
There you go. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. Absolutely. Woo! That's a good card. That is a good card.
Time to move in a new direction. And that
Let's
is,
move. Let's move into a new direction and new life and new beginnings. Okay?
New beginnings is perfect. That's the perfect thing to say.
Yep.
And the next chapter I'm going to do is called The Birth of the Voice. I wrote a book about that. Writing another book, I write through my processing. I write, and I write, and I write, and I write. And so the next one is this Birth of a Voice. And
Okay.
so I'm putting my cross down and starting over. So I hope every day is a great day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Which one? This
That
one?
one. No.